ancient times, when Israel was ruled by judges and oppressed by the Philistines, a man was born who was destined to become the most powerful warrior to ever exist. His story is marked by strength, betrayal, and a destiny written before his birth. This is the tale of Samson, the man who single-handedly defeated an army and changed the course of history. Samson's story began even before he was born. In Israel, there was a couple who could not have children. One day, an angel of the Lord appeared to the woman and said, "You are going to give birth to a son, and he will be a Nazirite dedicated to God from the womb. He must never drink wine or cut his hair, for he will be the deliverer of Israel." The child was born and named Samson. From a young age, he showed superhuman strength. It was said that his power came from his hair, a symbol of his covenant with God. As the years passed, Samson grew in courage and strength, becoming the terror of the Philistines, who ruled over Israel at the time. One day, as Samson was walking through the forest, a roaring lion leaped toward him. But instead of running, Samson grabbed the lion with his bare hands and tore it apart as if it were a young goat. The Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. This was just the beginning of the feats that would make him a legend. Samson was a passionate and impulsive man. He fell in love with a Philistine woman and decided to marry her. During the wedding, he posed a riddle to the Philistines. Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. He was referring to the honey he had found inside the lion's carcass. But the Philistines cheated and forced his wife to reveal the answer. Furious at their betrayal, Samson attacked the Philistines and killed 30 of them to settle his debt. Then, he caught 300 foxes, tied torches to their tails, and released them into the Philistine fields, burning their crops and devastating their lands. Enraged, the Philistines attacked Israel, demanding that Samson be handed over. But he grabbed a donkey's jawbone and killed 1,000 soldiers in a single battle. "With a donkey's jawbone, I have slain 1,000 men." The Philistines began to fear him as an unstoppable force. Delilah, the betrayal that brought him down. The Philistines knew Samson was too strong to defeat in battle, so they devised a more cunning plan. They sought out Delilah, a beautiful woman whom Samson loved, and offered her a fortune in exchange for discovering the secret of his strength. Delilah, with sweet and seductive words, asked Samson, "Tell me, my love, what is the source of your great strength? How can you be subdued?" 3 times Samson lied to her. 1, "If I am tied with fresh bowstrings, I will become weak. 2, "If my hair is woven into a loom, I will lose my strength. 3, "If I am tied with new ropes, I will be as weak as any man." Each time the Philistines attacked him, but he broke free easily. But Delilah did not give up and kept pressuring him day and night. Eventually, Samson gave in and revealed the truth. "If my hair is cut, I will lose my strength." That very night, as Samson slept in her arms, Delilah cut off his 7 braids. At that moment, God's power left him. The Philistines entered and easily captured him. They gouged out his eyes and took him in chains to Gaza, where he was forced into slavery, grinding grain in prison. Samson, the invincible warrior, had become a defeated man. The Philistines were overjoyed. They had defeated the mighty Samson and wanted to celebrate. They took Samson to the temple of Dagon, their god, where thousands of people gathered to mock him. Blind and weak, Samson was led to the center of the temple, between 2 massive stone pillars. Then he prayed to God one last time, "Lord, give me strength one more time." With all his might, Samson pushed the pillars apart. The stones trembled. The entire temple collapsed, crushing thousands of Philistines, including their rulers and generals. Samson died with his enemies, but in his death, He defeated more Philistines than he had in his entire life. Samson was a powerful yet impulsive man. His story is a lesson in strength, betrayal, and redemption. It teaches us that power comes from God, not from ourselves. It warns us about the dangers of temptation and betrayal. It shows that even after failure, God can use our lives for a greater purpose. His name became legendary as Israel's strongest judge, a man whose final battle changed the destiny of his people. What can we learn from Samson today? Where do we place our trust? How do we use the strength that God gives us? Do we allow temptations to pull us away from our purpose?